Warm welcome to one and all in Unit 5 presentation on Development Concept and Theories of MJM 24. In this unit, we shall take an overview of the various concepts and theory which were practiced to bring desirable changes in society. Along with it, role of mass media communication during every concept will be explained. This world has undergone various phases of development, especially after World War II. So let us first understand what is development mean for society. Development and well-being of any society is measured in terms of their access to better education, healthcare, equality, and freedom in the modern world. Improving the quality of life of citizens and reduction in poverty are two essential components of development. Now, to achieve all this, globalization was practiced, which was considered to promote global economic growth and social progress. But the concept of globalization has its side effects on society and in fact led to growing income inequality and greater social inequalities. Because of this, there was a requirement of different concepts and theories which can guide the world on the map of development. And because the globalization concept of development changed, there was also a requirement to define the role of media in order to address the emergent challenges and aspirations. And then only an inclusive development of society will be possible. Now let us see what are the different concepts and theories practiced for the social development. Development is basically an economic concept that has positive connotation. It involves the application of certain economic and technical measures to improve people's quality of life. Post-World War II, there were basically three prominent concepts which were practiced. Dominant paradigm of development, that is modern theory, theories since dominant paradigm of development, and alternative approaches to the development. In each development era, various sub-theories and concepts emerged initiated by scholars of that time. In dominant paradigm of development, there are four major concepts which influence the world, and they are Whitman-Rostow concept, Everett M. Roger concept, Wilbur-Scram concept, and Daniel Lerner concept. In theories, since dominant paradigm of development, mainly two theories found to be very influential: structuralist theory and dependency theory. In alternative approaches to development, five main concepts emerged, and they are rights-based approach, capability as development, participatory approach, another development paradigm, basic needs approach. Now let's see these concepts one by one, and along with that, role of mass communication during that particular concept will also be discussed. We have earlier discussed that the post-colonial era paved the way for new ideas for development in developing countries. Most of the early theories were founded on Western model of development, which heavily relied on industrialization and technological adaptation. Prominent among them was the modernization theory or dominant paradigm of development, which aimed at replicating the Western model of development through industrialization, free market, and urbanization. The key features of modernization approach were having roots in the Atlantic Charter of 1941 and Marshall Plan of 1948, founded on Western model of development, take development to underdevelop, industry as a prime mover, society requires more specialists, believed in urbanization and industrialization, called for mechanical evaluation of Western idea. Mass communication played an important role during this concept. Communication was viewed as a product and reinforcer of economic growth and development. Scholars were aligned with the perspective, supported global and national policies that facilitated free flow of media. Economists and social psychologists were laying out the functions of mass media and measuring their influence in the modernization of developing countries. In the research and writing on modernization, mass media was more than just interplay between the source and receiver. Communication was rooted in the basic sender message channel receiver. This model was perceived as a simple one-way asymmetrical process. Daniel Lerner was an American scholar and writer known for his studies on modernization theory. The general theory posited a model of societal transformation for poor countries. The key aspect of the theory is the mass media could break the hold of traditional cultures and societies and make them aspire to modern way of life. Here was a view that international communication had a role in the process of modernizing and developing the third world. His paradigm was founded on the notion that international mass communication should become the vehicle for spreading the message of modernity. Mass media were thus seen as being instrumental in spreading education, transferring education skills, fastening society unity, and creating the desire to organize. Lerner theorized that radio, television, magazines, and newspaper were important catalysts of the modernization process. The mass media provided information about the modern West and vicarious experiences of modern lifestyle to audiences in the post-colonial world. Wilbur Schramm was a scholar and authority on mass communication. The Schramm communication model is a cyclical communication model containing all basic principles of communication. It can be used to determine how communication between two people works when they are exchanging information, ideas, or attitude. The key factor of the approach is information is of no use unless and until it is carefully put into words and conveyed to others. Thus, encoding and decoding are two most important factors of an effective communication, without which information can never flow between two individuals. He also emphasizes that the communication is incomplete until the sender receives a feedback from the recipient. Mass media is a magic multiplier and an agent of social change. He forcefully postulated that the mass media has the potential to widen horizons to raise attention. Mass media played a very important role, and the key aspects are as follows. The nation state promoting development is idle and that the media can hasten the process. Schramm argues that the media entice people to change. However, media can only do so much when it comes to influencing people in making major attitudinal change. Schramm believed that the mass communication can be used in the field of social, economical, and environmental issues and can be utilized for explaining goals, raising aspirations, creating climate for national development. Rostow's Stages of Economic Growth attempts to find a common pattern in societies and lays out a foundation for economic growth in liberal democratic capitalist states. Rostow took a historical approach in suggesting that developed countries have tended to pass through 5 stages to reach their current degree of economic development. These are: first, traditional society. This is an agricultural economy of mainly subsistence farming, little of which is traded. Second, preconditions for takeoff. Agriculture becomes more mechanized and more output is traded. Third, takeoff. Manufacturing industry assumes greater importance, although the number of industries remains small. Political and social institutions start to develop. Fourth, drive to maturity. Industry becomes more diverse. Growth should spread to different parts of the country as the state of technology improves. Fifth, age of mass consumption. Output levels grow, enabling increased consumer expenditure. There is a shift towards tertiary sector activity and the growth is sustained by the expansion of a middle class of consumers. Communication model in this theory was utilized to convey the messages mainly in form of writing. Key aspects are: Whitman's present in this newest form of mass media is rich and varied. Communication method was mainly in form of writing books. Rostow believed economic development was a universal process that would generally occur in all countries except under communism, and same was spread through various books and papers he has written. About communism, he believed the process would be much inhibited. He described communism as a cancer of economic development, and same was conveyed through various articles. The American scholar Everett Rogers is said to be the person who introduced this diffusion theory in the context of development. Modernization here is conceived as a process of diffusion whereby individuals move from a traditional way of life to a different, more technically developed and more rapidly changing way of life. Diffusion is the manner in which innovation spreads. It is the degree of how we facilitate, accelerate and sustain it, and it is highly associated with 4 factors, that is innovation, communication, time and social. This theory is originally having 5 stages: awareness, interest, evaluation, trial and adaptation. The model is considered to being hierarchic and unidirectional as communications are directed from the informed source to the uninformed receiver. Key role of mass communication in this theory was very important. 2-step flow, process of awareness through the mass media and development of favorable attitudes and adaptation by interpersonal channels, particularly opinion leaders. These people then directly or indirectly shape the positive attitude of others who remain indifferent to the message, as people like to get confirmation from people they know and trust. A typical example of such a strategy is situated in the area of family planning, where communication means such as posters, pamphlets, radio, and television attempt to persuade the public to accept birth control methods. The key aspects of structuralist school of thoughts were proposed by Raul Prebisch, first executive director of Economic Commission for Latin America, and Brazilian economist Celso Furtado. They broadly divided the world into core nations and periphery nations and articulated the unequal terms of trade that exist between core and periphery nations. The key aspects of the theory are: Latin American structuralist schools systematically analyzed the development processes and problems of their region from their own perspective. The foundational stone was laid by the Argentinian economist Raul Prebisch with a study on Latin America. They broadly divided the world into core nations and periphery nations and articulated the unequal term of trade. Structuralism focuses on policy prescriptions including major government intervention in the economy to fuel the industrial sector known as the import substitution industrialization. It shields the domestic economy from that of the developed economies. Role of mass media was redesigned as democratic, that is bottom-up approach, multidimensional and multidirectional interaction between agents and economic theory that grasped the historical specificities of peripheral countries was initiated. Dependency theory was proposed as a response to the failure of Latin American structuralism. It was influenced by the work of Paul Baruch and André Gunder Frank. According to dependency theorists, economic growth in developed nations did not lead to growth in the poor. Poor countries exported primary commodities to the rich country. Poor countries should be empowered themselves on import substitution, replace import to capital products, leave a higher tariff for capital goods. Import substitution is not a feasible solution. New forms of marginalization from labor incentive structures to capital politics became more authoritarian. The role of media in dependency theory was very unique. The dependency theory says that the more a person becomes dependent on the media to fulfill these needs, the media will become more important to that individual. The media will also have much more influence and power over that individual. If someone is so dependent on the media for information and the media is that person's only source for information, then it is easy to set the agenda. The individual falls victim to agenda setting. The basic needs approach was proposed by Paul Stratton and others. This theory is rooted within the ideas of well-being and focuses upon the fulfillment of basic human needs of people as the overriding objective of any development policy. People who are unable to meet their basic human requirements are living in poverty. The main features of this approach were: provide adequate food and clean drinking water, provide decent shelter, provide education, provide security of livelihood, help people participate in decision making, uphold a person's dignity and self-respect. Physical Quality of Life Index was a new indicator of development, which includes data on following aspects: life expectancy, infant mortality, literacy, flexibility and ease of implementation. The role of mass media was absolutely important to bring out the shift in already prevailing concept of development. The key aspect of mass communication was government intervention in establishing community media networks to help poor people were denied. It was done by placing the audience who were active and participatory at the center. Two-way communication for development between authorities and audience. A bottom-up approach was adopted. The participatory approach places people at the core of the development process. It incorporates the concepts in the framework of multiplicity and stresses the significance of cultural identity of local communities. Theory advocates the alternative perspective of development as equity in distribution of information and other benefits of development, active participation of the people at the grassroots. independence of local communities or nation to tailor development projects to their own objectives, integration of the old and new ideas. The role of mass media was to improve importance of dialogue and participation by people by making them masters of their own. Key takeaways of the role of mass media was increased emphasis on horizontal communication processes. The importance of the process and context was emphasized. Interchange of sender receiver role and horizontality of communication links at all levels of society. The emerging alternative communication paradigm favored multiplicity, smallness of scale, locality, deinstitutionalization. Small video formats as part of participatory concept was tried, and in Indian context, folk theatre has been used extensively to propagate critical social, political and cultural issues. In the series of alternative approach to development, we shall now be discussing the concept called capability as development. This theory was propagated by Nobel laureate Amartya Sen. As per this theory, the notion of defining development in terms of gross national product, gross domestic product, industrial output, etc. was considered only as means of well-being, but this did not guarantee actual development reflection. Lack of basic education, poor health services, large gender inequality, etc. are the real reflection of poverty of a society. Amartya Sen's attention for potential outcome of society was based on positive freedom. He said that capabilities are the real freedoms that people have to achieve in order to get objective and subjective potential doing and being. Thus, in order to evaluate people's well-being, we need to not only consider the amount of resources they have, but also what they are able to do with those resources. With this, he also argued that poverty causes severe failure of capabilities, and this in turn is going to affect the development of society. In order to achieve this, he advocated the concept of free press, and he argued that the free press helps a society decide which policy to pursue, since these decisions led to a direct consideration of the goals that society thinks are worthwhile. After studying and analyzing the various concepts of theories of development and the corresponding role of mass communication, following can be easily concluded. The scholarship on the role of communication in development has undergone paradigmatic changes. Development communications initially was characterized by the use of mass media, and people were considered passive audience ready to be influenced by the message they received. There is no universal approach for developing a region. Ideally, it should be evolved from respective region as per the need and aspirations of society. A well-defined, developed mass media and interpersonal communication infrastructure is necessary for development communication. And finally, analysis of complete historical perspective honestly certifies the statement of William Birnbach, which we as a student of journalism must preach and practice. He said, "All of us who professionally use the mass media are the shapers of society. We can vulgarize that society, we can brutalize it, or we can help lift it onto a higher level." With this, we come to an end of today's presentation. Thank you.